To ensure users don't fall into debt traps, there needs to be greater emphasis on financial literacy, clear regulations, and transparent terms from providers. Educating users on mindful spending and responsible repayment can help them enjoy the convenience of pay later without compromising their financial future.
To conclude, yeah, while some people think pay later is a conclusion, yeah, is a solution to all your financial problem, it's actually, deceitful and dangerous because a lot of people are trapped by this pay later because they do not have good financial literacy on managing their money. So yeah, that would be a good starting point to get started with the discussion.
I'm abroad now, so I'm just recently using like money kind of related application, but I guess that based on your explanation, that sounds really functional. You can buy something, you can even rent something. I think that's what makes it like really advanced technology. Man, I'm just wondering, like, how could you? What sort of renting that you mean here? Like, can you rent like a house? Is it like a renting house, renting sort of stuffs, or renting? I don't know, like renting other things.
Uh, it's relating to hotels or villa, sort of things like that. So that's why I say Traveloka, and maybe in abroad people use Booking.com for
Ah, okay.
renting villa or hotels,
All right,
right?
that makes sense. That's right. Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't really use like pay later before, since we talk about pay later here, but I think that's this kind of technology is really good. Um, to the extent that it allows us to do transaction more easily, and we don't need to use like a physical kind of money anymore. We don't need to buy. We need to bring along with our wallets or um, notes. So everything is just being easy. But I think there are some things that might be really important because it's involved like a lot of people. It's involved a lot of business entities. I don't like. I'm not really uh, like
or whatever that make be our primary needs, but right now we don't have enough money to buy it. But in other side, it also give us a negative impact that it tend to make us buy things without good consideration, because maybe like a FOMO or a fear of missing out, that there are trends in using, for example, like Tumblr or new technology products, but we don't have money, so we use pay later as a solution to buy those things, but without good literacy on financial, I think it will be dangerous, especially because as we know that pay later have interest. Yeah, how to say bunga in economic interest. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. It is
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah. Yeah, because as we know that all, I think all of the pay letters providers uh give interest. So and the responsibility in using pay later is still in individual levels. I mean, it based on our financial literacy, our understanding that we have to we have to understand the terms and condition in using pay later. Our government, I think, don't our government doesn't provide enough apa say education or literacy in using pay later. So yeah, I think yeah, that's all from me.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, the same cases actually. It's about FOMO, yeah. So the pay later is really
I haven't used it because I don't really need it, because I don't really buy things that much, Yeah, I hope so. But I hope in the future I will never use it, because because I don't think I can stop my apa ya kayak nggak bisa ketahan gitu kalau misalnya once I use it I will never stop using it because it's really easy, and apa sangat menggoda gitu kayak gitu. So for me, I hope so I will never use it in the future maybe. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for your opinion, but what is it? I got to, I don't know, but from what you explained, I got to like two sides of coins actually. You mentioned it's because of it's ready probably for the rich one, but it's not suitable for the middle one or middle low. But then you mention another perspective, and then you say it's depend on the financial knowledge. So what do you think is the most important, Kak Budi? The financial knowledge or the class of the people of the economy?
Yeah. Makes
I think
sense.
the financial education, it's really important because like I said before, they don't really teach they don't really teach us in school about how to manage our financial, even at home. I think my parents don't really teach me back in the day when I was a kid. I have to learn it by myself how to manage my financial, and I struggle doing it. So for me, I think the best way to like to like apa to prepare for this kind of technology, I think the government should give the people apa a learning about financial education, because yeah, it's really important, so we can so if we have a good financial education and financial knowledge, we don't really we don't really get to easily become a victim from this kind of financial technology, like let's just say apa ya kayak arisan bodong bla 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 gitu ya, yang lain-lain.
I used to buy a car with down payment, then I should pay routinely for the rest.
With pay later?
Oh, yeah.
Is the
Beli mobil cicilan.
so you doing this cicilan with pay later application or
No, I'm not. I mean, if pay later means like that, so I have done with pay later, but by application and never, only with Telkomsel.
I'm also not sure. Is pay later here means like literally meaning you pay later, or is it like a digital application that you install in your
Uh,
phone?
yeah, let
Yeah,
me
that's
try
also
to
my
explain.
question.
Yeah, that's let me try to explain. I mean, the pay later is like convenience words, but actually we have already used it throughout our life. Maybe in Indonesia, pay later nanti dibayar ki, installment month by month like that. But pay later,
Can I weigh in?
Yes, please. Station yours.
Because there, I watched this morning a video that explain the difference between pay later and installment and credit. There is a difference. There is some differences in the way the system works. So yeah, pay later is one of the distinctive advantage of credit is it is much easier to get the item you want to purchase and then using credit because with credit you usually have to sign a few documents, you have to complete a few things, while pay later is a much more simple method to pay what you want to purchase later. It has quite similar principle, but the way it works, it's quite distinctive to be two different things. That's all.
Is it like a credit card?
I mean, I'm
Or
not
is it
agree.
like-
I'm not agree. I mean, the method is, I mean, the principle is the same, but the way
Yeah.
we get it, I mean, the way we get it, or the like you say before, the documents, it's
It
easier.
is much
That's
easier. It's much easier.
yeah, much easier, but
Then
the principle is the same. You pay later, pay installments, still the same, brother. Still the same.
All
That's my
right.
point.
All right. So it's basically a digital application, right? That you
Yeah,
use
they make it. Yeah, they make it
buy something.
digital. Like for
Right.
example,
Mhm.
on ojol ya, and pangkalan. Yes.
Till 35 is the most used is the highest has the highest percentage using pay later, 43.9% of the total population in our nation that are using pay later. So yeah, maybe yeah, all of us, all of the generation using pay later, but still it's the most common in Gen Z or
Oh, so is that
millennial.
true? Yeah, is that true that
Yeah, it's
youngsters?
yeah,
Mm.
there are data from pengawas keuangan, how say yeah, perilaku pelaku usaha jasa keuangan. I think I want to give additional opinion about the question that why this is common, because maybe also the it's not balanced between the income, our income, and the living allowance. If we, for example, the when we
People used to what is it? To enlarge. That's what you say. To enlarge their their riches, their money, their property, the property. But then they try to design it to take it into middle law people society, to imagine that you can be rich like us by doing what we do, but actually that's not true, because we didn't have this middle law didn't have like backup money, but they have backup money. So I think this is a huge trap. I so but then uh, from what I was asking to Kak Budi, which one is important more, mentality or financial knowledge or economy status, economy level, classes? I think the most important thing is the mentality or financial knowledge, because I saw a lot of what is it? A lot of middle people who still who always need pay later, but they have a very good managerial regulation with themselves, so they still pay on time. They didn't get trapped, but they still got what they want with that pay later system. Also, I have a lot of friends who are rich but didn't have financial knowledge, so they also get trapped, even if they have privilege to being educated before they using it, because their parents has this kind of perspective or educate them to understand that pay later system just like credit card system. So I think it's our job to teach ourselves and also teach our community, family, to have this kind of financial knowledge and understand that what we need is what we need is that, and it's not, it will always not doesn't need more money for something what we need. But if you want something else like apa itu gengsi or apa citra ya, yeah, we need money, we need more money. Itu Kak kalau perspektifku. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm just
so
going there and
yeah, branding for lifestyle is one of the important
yeah,
factors, yeah, those pay later users, yeah. Maybe for you, because you don't think lifestyle is important, that's why you don't need it. You never use pay later, yeah.
oh, this is the case, Kak. I need to tell you my own experience. So I'm not really into FOMO stuff for lifestyle. But if I love something, I try to become a smart buyer by looking for which place has a good quality, but with a lower price. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I always thinking. Yeah. So that helps me a lot. For example, people say, "Oh, you need to buy luxurious thing to look good," and I say, "No, you only need what is it? Ability to match your clothes to look good, and it doesn't
Okay.
need luxury things." That's it.
All right. Right.
Okay, Kak. I think
That's very important.
difference here.
No. He is recording. Don't
Oh,
disturb
it's
him.
recording. Oh, okay. Okay, Kak.
All right, good.
Can I jump up to the second question, Kak?
Sorry?
Can I jump up to the second question?
The installment very well and never pay late, always on time, they will increase your limit, which is we call it like you go to the another level, next level, like from 1 to second, sort of things like that. What is the consequences? And there's of course there is consequences for the business owners, for Traveloka, if you do not pay the installments, because for the interest, the installment every month just like 5% or 3%. It's quite big because it's every month, not in the total. Just they divide it every month. You must pay the we call it installments plus interest 5%. If you don't pay, of course they lose the money, because the Traveloka will pay if you rent hotel rooms. They will pay first to the hotels, and then ask you to pay. If you don't pay your installment, yeah, they lose money. But right now, actually, Traveloka, like other travel agency, use third party to cover the payments. Do not directly use their money. But even though right now they do not directly use their money, but if people, we call it default, yeah, default, or means you gagal bayar, we call it default. Yeah, the Traveloka must back up or pay to the third party the rest of your installments. That's the risk for this business, and that's for the business owner. But the risk for you as well. If I'm quite believe that this kind of like this is like identity card or KTP right now. We call it credit score. If your credit score is bad or you do not pay your installment in Indonesia, maybe you are familiar with BI checking, yeah. Nah, after that, if we use your name to ask debt to other company, other agency, or maybe like you want to buy house atau KPR, you will be blacklist all around Indonesia. That's the risk because it's like the identity card right now. You are have a bad name if you do not pay your installments. Yeah, that's what I know about this kind of business.
I have a question about that. Is there any policy that regulating about the company's behavior like that, providing agreement, providing obligations, then make the customer have that impact for maybe a tiny wrongness they made? Is there any
Okay.
policy?
Of course, there is like you download WhatsApp or Instagram or other applications. There is term and conditions, and then the people in Indonesia and maybe all around the world just directly agree with the terms and conditions. Yeah, there is, but you don't read it. People don't read it.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a trap for customers. So
Not
we
really
have
a trap because it's already regulated by OJK for the like Shopee, Traveloka, and others institution. To me, they do good business, but yeah, because 78 IQ Indonesia, yeah, maybe they feel that it's a trap, but actually we can use it wisely if we are able to use it because some
25 IQ. Why you
I mean,
relate to that one? It's
because
not that.
directly judging the company is bad, they trap us, but actually not. I'm working there.
No. It is about, it's more the nuance. We easily ignore the nuances behind the existence of pay later, because there is clearly an economic struggle that happened in, especially in the lower class and middle class of our people, and that allow for pay later to flourish. Because and blaming the consumer
And also the people, I think, we already have ChatGPT and stuff, I think people should do research first, like before using something, especially technology, especially something regarding money, you know. So yeah, for me, it's unfair blaming financial institution also, you know. So it's a bit unfair blaming the people. I don't know. Actually, I don't know who to blame in first, you know. It's a hard
It's
question. Yeah.
okay.
Budi, you can expect the government to fix the situation if the government care of their people. If they don't care, then what do you want to expect?
So that's why I think we should laugh. Okay, we should.
Ano?
Yeah. In from my observation, this sort of kind of application usually we people think it comes out of nothing, right? Which is really not true. I mean, there is something behind it, and usually, for this kind of application relating to money, relating to financialization, it always comes from business. And in terms of power, if we see the power relation, of course, business has more power than the people, and like, and what people always think that let's give it to let's give it up to to the individuals, whether they want to submit themselves or they want to sign in it, but the question is, um, do they really understand? Maybe the one of brother mentioned about terms of service. There is terms of service there, but who wants to read terms of service? Even they read, who will understand terms of service? Um, nobody even cares about it. And some business really deliberately have intention to make it very complicated so people don't read it. We just sign in it because it's more popular, because behind it, it's an advertisement machine that actually runs this business. And indeed, it could be really impacting really badly to the society, especially those people who, like, maybe they have money, but they don't have this, like we talk about financial literacy in the first place. I never really believe in financial literacy as a solution, because what about them who don't have money? It's just like it could be, like, indeed it could be a trap. That's why it is designed as convenient as possible, so everyone wants to use it. So I think, yeah, I mean, there should be a sort of kind of critical perspective on this, like not merely seeing it as a kind of neutral kind of application that could be useful for everyone if everyone uses it. But again, if we see born, again, it's a business, and business has a huge power. It doesn't only intervene people's or the society or the social lives. It also intervenes the policies, how the policies is made. Ombudsman, Kementerian Keuangan, for example, all of them all of these business have a huge power over the policy making in it. I think that's my opinion so far on this.
Individual levels. I mean, maybe government should I would say manage the system of pay letter provider to, how to say, um because we always heard that the way that the pay letter provider how to say menagih or ask their money back to the people is rude, and also maybe it's not humanity, like mocking them. So yeah, I mean, it's hard for us as an individual to solve these problems. Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, thank you very much for the insight, Ms. Nurul. And what a shocking news, yeah, that the people use pay later, they tend to do suicide.
Yeah, and I still remember that one of them was a teacher. So it's very ironic.
A teacher, my God.
Maybe like a contract or how to say honorary teacher.
Yeah, we can say like a contract.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
how
my
did
God.
I want to know? I mean, how does this pay letter works? I mean, anyway, I mean, how does this pay letter work? I
You
mean,
don't
like
know how it works?
we just lend money. I mean, we just use the money and we pay it back like that.
Nah, you don't. It's like you
Okay,
are
the
registering
Western
your
Capital tell us.
account, but using credentials, and yeah, it's like a cost. Yeah.
I just say I want to buy like a stuff like a product for like a 500,000, but I don't have really. I only have 300,000, so I use pay later for it, and then I have to pay back the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely. And don't think about running away with that money. Yeah, that's a stupid idea. Because police gonna come to you and arrest you.
Mereka punya bunga
Oh,
kan? Di Spectre, do they have bunga? I mean, kayak, how do you say bunga in English?
interest.
Interest. Yes.
They have interest?
Yeah, definitely, and the interest is very big.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
Oh.
they give hard regulation if you want to take some, a limit credit card because they understand that you can pay it. So the interest is probably lower than that. But this pay letter, they didn't have a difficult term or condition. You just can take it even if you didn't have money. And that's what made people happy. Like you didn't have anything to guarantee, but they still give you. But then they gave you a huge interest. So
Yeah.
that's the consequences actually.
and how much? 10%?
I don't know. Sometimes.
I'm not sure about the percentage, but it's huge. It's huge. Yeah,
Yeah, it's huge, huge.
I still remember my neighbor. That collector comes to his house, and they need to pay huge amount of money because multiplied by interest, it's like twice than the debt he already paid. Oh, that's very sad.
I see.
Yeah.
But
Oh my gosh.
I mean, our pay letters are really, really bad? I mean, like, I think it's sometimes in other situation, I think it's really helpful,
Yeah, you need instant
Oh,
money, say for example, for healthcare. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not really,
but some people.
it's not actually a bad thing. Yeah. I mean, we just have to like be careful before using it.
Mm, exactly. Some people only use it for lifestyle, bro. Which is
Yeah, that's
which is
the thing. Yeah.
crazy.
Using it for bad
Yeah.
lifestyle.
I know someone, my friend, my close friend, he has Reksadana and everything and
Yep.
assets, so many assets. So he didn't have a lot of cash money or saving money. So he usually using pay later for that. Like he said, "Oh, I have money, but in another shape. So I use pay later to just cover up my needs in this month, and then I pay it on time, and that's it." So he tried to save his money by doing pay later. I also surprised by that.
Is that
Oh,
possible?
oh,
Yeah, because he said that I have money, but
Oh.
not in the money, not in the cash shape. So I try to take a picture, so I'm not. So I try to push myself. You have to this company, so you need to, and then you need to remember to pay it. So he tried to control his psychological condition to not using a lot of money by pressure, by give his self pressure. Like you have
I
flawn, you
see.
have flawn.
So your friend
So
transport his money to investment.
yeah, he transfers money. Investment. He has a lot of assets and everything. He once asking. He's rich actually. He work in Singapore. He asked him, "Do you have cash money?" And
I see.
and I said, "Why? Why you need 2 million rupiah? You have more than 2 million rupiah."
Yeah. True. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's a different situation, you know. He's not. He's different with us, you know. Your friend is different with us, you know. He's rich.
That's okay. That's why my question is coming. Like, do our society ready enough to with this kind of system? So he's not coming from rich family, but he's smart. He doing his best. He going to UE. He went to UE and then he went to NTU, and he worked there. So from that experience, I learned, financial education and financial knowledge is very important to learn.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think the positive side, it could help you if you are smart enough to cover up, to pay off.
And also to run all of their operational or like day-to-day life, or like day-to-day activities. And yeah, I mean that is their core business, to make money. So it is, I would say that it is not wrong, but it is unfair because it is not regulated. It is unfair because many people who choose to try this product, they I mean there are terms and regulations that they need to sign, right? To be given that money, but maybe because of due to their desperation, they don't read that much. I mean, they don't read everything, and they just sign it to have money, or like to or like for the pay later, and so they could and with that the company has a legal basis, right? And they have a legal basis to like to take money as much as they can from their users, because those people had signed the terms. So it is there are, I think, like there are many things that comes into play when we talk about money. So of course we can.
You are not even reach the UMR. So
How can you give different price? Yeah? That's not gonna work.
I think we should more focus on using debit card, instead of pay later,
Yeah, what?
So what?
I think we should move. I think we should focus on using debit card, debit card instead of pay later,
Yeah, yeah. If you don't have money to buy, that means you cannot buy it.
I mean, that's why you have
Yeah.
to like you have to earn a lot of money, you know.
Yeah, agree. Cheers. That's the problem. Okay,
And
so what are the
also,
other issues? We,
yeah,
you know,
another issue about pay
we,
later is
yeah.
uh, what is it? We see our uh, society facing this kind of.
Yeah.
Hey, Kak, I didn't answer your question actually. How should we educate our friends or our family who got trapped by what is it, by pay later? The very first thing I always told them, it's not by leaving the pay later, by make them realize that a lot of stuff that you have you own right now is stuff that you didn't really need it actually. So I try to, the very first thing that we need to educate our society or uh, our beloved one by telling them that your critical thinking it's not working right now. So I try to fix your critical thinking first by give you advice that and that I always say that actually by give you what is that by helping you to making mind mapping this is what you need, this is what you want, this is a secondary stuff, this is tertiary, and this is the most important thing that you need and everything. So I think
I
by
see.
discussion, open discussion, by fixing the way they think, the way they see something, the way they see values, that's the most important thing, Kak.
Every business person, like what they really search for is the money.
Okay, so we get the point. We get the idea. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Fuad. Okay, so back to you, Miss Nurul. Are you there, Miss Nurul?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so what do you think about what we have discussed? That the pay later users always have the same ending, that they are ending debting. So do you think that we should change the debt regulation by changing, changing the design, that they don't have to pay money, but we pay by our labor? What do you think by that?
um,
It
I
seems unrealistic, but
yeah
for me, it is to avoid like the bitter phenomenon, like a suicide. Oh my God, youngster die? Come on.
yeah I it's unrealistic uh suggestion for me because I mean um it's business. Pay later also business. So yeah, they have margin or how say keuntungan benefits from the interest. So I think it's impossible to pay with another kinds of like service or labor. But to uh, to to prevent those negative impacts like uh, uh, debt debt cycle, never ending debt cycle, and then even suicide. I think that like I said before that it's in still in individual levels, like how we improve our financial literacy and encourage others.
It will be concerns, and after, if I'm not mistaken, some or OJK try to address it because nobody want to read term and condition. Even in abroad, I guess they do the same thing. Yeah, that's the problems. And to me, why I always say back to yourself, because we the only one make the decision. We click it. Of course, can blame the financial institutions, but back again, before we use something, we have to try to look for other sources like Instagram, YouTube, the review. And right now, even ChatGPT can really answer your questions. Just ask the benefit of the Traveloka, how much the interest, uh, this, that, in that. To me, I think it's accessible because everybody almost has smartphone. Yeah, back to the user, they use it wisely, or they try to find the informations, or just use their smartphone for watching YouTube on Instagram and use financial institution carelessly. So I mean, back to yourself. That's the answers.
Okay, that's interesting discussion. I guess, right? Yeah. Yeah, but for me, it's like, yeah, pay later is one of strategy in marketing. Yeah. So for me, it's same with discounts or limited time offers, or many kind like subscription models. Yeah. And yeah, it's the strategy for people to easier to buy. I mean, if you have money, you actually don't need to pay later. You can buy without using that applications. Yeah, it's a strategy, for marketing. So it's the way company providing easier for customer consume what they sell. But for me, yeah, pay later is only one thing. Then yeah, it's not really important lah for using it in my condition. Yeah.
Adi, you want to say something? Maybe Adi wants to say something, but very quick. Like, I'm just wondering, like, based on Brother Isaac description about pay later, um, like one of the concern that might be arising is that pay later would be really useful for the businesses, but how is it useful for the uh, for the publics? Um, how it? I mean, like, of course, we are not talking about small businesses only here. I mean, we are not generalizing all businesses are the same. Or what I'm talking about, like big businesses and small businesses should be always supported by the government, especially, so they can grow. But then again, with pay later, with the access, with the very easy accessibility and wider usage, there's a potential that pay later would be really benefiting the big businesses because more access for people to pay, and they could benefit more because they have like lots of hands in uh, un, uh, 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 above these millions of small businesses. Um, And yep, I mean, how it will be useful for people? Is it more useful? Is pay later more useful for the big businesses, or is it is it is it how it is how is it?
Not so many people can buy, but it's gonna be much more interesting for people to take pay later to buy it, right? That's why I never see any pay later service take influencers or celebrities as their advertising agents. But I would say they are the invisible hands.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Hello?
That's correct, Kak. Hello, Kak. We hear you.
Yeah. I mean, is it clear? Is it clear? Is the signal good?
The signal is, come in and go gitu, Kak.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I'm in the village. But go on, please proceed with the discussion, bro.
Yeah, Kak. And I think one of the main problem from the pay later case is that a lot of people, they try to they try to keep up with their idols. So that's it. Even I give you some example. Fadil Jaidi, one of the influencer, he is not showing his lifestyle.
Ban these companies.
Well, maybe not completely ban it, just regulate it so that maybe it's not like you don't just like open an account and then you can just buy money. Like and you can just like buy a lot of products, like caps on like a maximum amount, or regulating the interest rate, making sure that it's feasible. Like it will not turn into something that would simply be impossible to pay back.
It comes to my mind, actually, if we try to regulate this pay later, it means that there are some illegal pay later.
Yes.
Well, I'm
But I
quite
think we should-
curious. I'm quite curious what the government got by allowing them.
Are there illegal pay leaders now?
I'm not sure, but maybe if you talking about how to regulate them, it means that you want to legitimize them. So it means like most of them are legals. Illegals, I mean, I'm sorry.
Now they're unregulated, you mean?
Yeah, because we
Oh,
are
I guess
trying
so.
to regulate them, right?
But not as of now. Okay, it's an uncharted territory. Still new, I guess.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Miss Ai.
Who the run economy? The economy actually run by debt. 90% all around the world is using debt to run the business.
If I had kids and wife, and especially wife, a woman today is very reluctant to use it pay later because they are the victim of trendy and fancy stuff. They want to look fashionable. Yeah, so women are prone to how to say, women are more prone to pay later, I would say, compared to men. And yeah, I've seen that. While working in Jakarta, yeah, I've seen many of my female colleagues. They are pay later users.
Okay.
And yeah, and you know, it's kind of sad to see because many of them are just simply living by paying debt, getting salary, paying debt, get salary. Yeah, because they prefer to be fashionable. Because being fashionable means you are the center of attention. You get male attention, right? And that's what women want. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So for kids, I'm not sure kids can, choose to do pay later because they themselves they're asking money from their parents, right? But definitely, you need to prepare them their mentality on the financial side. You need to educate them on, if you don't have money, then you need to work it. You need to work hard to get the money first, and then buy the things you wanted, right? So you need to teach them how to do savings, how to manage money, stuff like that. And I think our the education from religion about death, about hard work.
One more. In 3, 2, 1.
Honestly, in our group, quite really lively because some of the members never use the pay letters, and then we jump to the benefit and the disadvantage. First, the many of them do not see the benefit of these pay letters. To be honest, claim the pay letters trap people, increase the purchasing power, and then trap them until they cannot pay it. That's we discuss, and then just benefit the huge business such as Shopee, Traveloka, and so on. But some members also experience use this kind of financial instruments, and then they explain about that. Actually, lots of benefit by using these financial instruments, and they say they do not blame the institutions, blame yourself and blame the governments. And then why? Because in Indonesia the financial inclusions, it's almost 90%. People who use credit card, bank, and including pay letters, but the financial literacy and or knowledge or insight in using the financial financial instrument is just below 50%. It means that many people just use it, not know how to get benefit. So that's why they end up get lots of risk. It means that's the wrong from the users, or could be blame the government as well, do not really educate them. And you know what, yeah, Indonesia, yeah, like many people say, just 78 IQ, so that's why it's happened. And another one, the benefit is a lot. For example, in Shopee, lots of seller there. Sellers in Shopee, not only the huge business, but many of them is small, medium, and even micro enterprises who get benefit from the pay letters, because people can afford the products because many customers use pay letter, and then many people buy their products, right? So they get benefits. Means not only the big business, but the small businesses as well get benefits. And the benefit for the people, what the benefit for the people? The benefit is if we use wisely. For example, people want to buy a laptop and then they don't have money, even down payment. But by using the pay laters, you can directly buy it because you need it, or maybe you don't have smartphone and then you want to use it for study or working. You can use pay later, and then the KYC is much easier. It's not as difficult as like the bank, and then you can use it by your smartphone. So I mean, those the benefits of the pay laters, and for the disadvantages, I think that the governments must play the important role. But back to yourself again, guys, in using the financial instrument, yeah, because the risk or the benefit is in your hand. Thank you.
Wow, superb. Thank you, Mr. Bro Arman. I think the financial literacy is most important to all the people who wanna use the financial instrument, I think, yeah. Now we move to the Maison Giro. Actually, Bro Ito. would
Yep,
you be-
I'm here.
Okay, now time is yours.
Okay, the discussion started actually by talking about the pay later, yeah? So it seems like the pay later is a kind of vicious circle. It's never ending problem. So, but I try to take it back to the people in the past, because you know that seems like the people in the past, they are fine without the pay later. Maybe something with the same form exists in the past, but yet it is only about the system. It is only about the time. So the pay later happens because you know that it seems like the people right now have a lack in a financial literacy. It seems like that we only matter to fix this by doing some campaigns, and also implement education in the schools, and also it's a quite complicated when it comes to regulation, because there is no legal pay later. If you want to regulate the pay later, it means like there is a legal pay later. So there is only three solutions. It is by campaign, by education to enhance the financial literacy in the schools, and also the regulation. So for me, it is okay not to follow the trends, and also differentiate between what you want and what you need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bro Ito. Actually, still financial literacy, yeah. Now we move to the last group. Is the Al Ghazali or Afdal?
Kak Afdal, Kak. King of conclusion. King of conclusion.
King of conclusion. Afdal, do you hear? Bro Afdal? Or maybe Al Ghazali just short conclusion maybe?
Okay, Kak. Thank you so much, Kak. So we discussed, three of us, Kak Budi and Kak Afdal, but he left first because of some situation. We do agree with what Kak Arman and Kak Ito conclude with this kind of discussion tonight. And in our discussion, we asking why people try to jump up into pay later, and then we have this kind of perspective that a lot of people, they they're using pay later simply because they being FOMO about what's trending on social media, what's trending on society. So they try to what is it, to feed their ego, to feed their gengsi, to feed their lifestyle. So they need easy money, and easy money coming from the pay later. So by teaching, by educate people, our beloved one in our home, in our environment, that we need to differentiate about our needs and our ego. By that, we can, we can use a pay later in the right way. So if we're asking, and the second question is also coming like, do our society ready enough with this kind of what is that? This kind of regulation system, this payment regulation, and um, we do agree that our society is not that ready for this kind of payment regulation, but some of our society are ready enough, especially those one who has a financial knowledge, financial. They are very open and they're very educated about financial. They are ready and they are allowed to using the pay later, and we come with a small example, like people who are understand about budgeting, about when to pay the payment, when to when to check the pay later. They're allowed, they're super allowed, and they're permitted to take pay later. But for the people who didn't have responsibility about themselves, who didn't have who have no clue about how to use this payment, we are not suggest them to use the pay later. And the last one, we asking each other about what is the plan and what is the trick for our family in the future, how to educate them, how to prevent them from pay later trap. And then one of the conclusion is that uh, we try to give them example about how to spending, about uh, budgeting, about uh, how to have this kind of open communication between husband and wife, and by not hide any information about financial inside the house. So our children uh, ready enough to face the fact and reality that money is something that we need to talk about. Money is not something that we need to hide and we not talk about. It's not taboo to talk about money. It's not taboo to talk about financial stuff in our house. And that's a very good way to begin how to educate people to not getting trapped into pay later or online gambling and everything. Thank you so much, Kak Gufron.
Thank you, Al Ghazali. Yeah, there is more insight about the pay later. It's about budgeting and spending maybe, and maybe that's your decision if you want to use it or no. And actually, you have to have a financial planning to get the pay later, I think. Yeah. Okay. Before we move to the
Yeah, this is my first time joining hack discussion.
okay,
Welcome, Kak.
Okay, hello, hi everyone. I'm Nurul Hidayati. You can call me Nurul. Currently, I don't have any formal jobs. I am a housewife and try to try to let's say try to create new habits such as one of new habit that I try right now is joining the discussion. So yeah, here I am. Um, I think that's all.
Thank you, Miss Nurul. Hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed the discussion and can join in another next weekly discussion.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank
Welcome to the
you.
club.
Huh?
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club.
Okay.
Thank you, Nurul.
You're welcome.
Okay, and next session is closing statement. Before we close this, really, what do you say, pembelajaran ya in our financial literacy. I hope you enjoy the discussion, and I hope you can join to our next weekly discussion, and don't forget to chit chat on hack group for the next topic. We will maybe discuss the first in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all. And thank you for your coming tonight, and goodbye.